Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Jukes on you taking on Accelerate this fine evening for the ESL India Premiership organized by Nordwind Gaming. I'm CloudX, going to be solo casting this match up for you, and I do have a little bit of info on the Radiant team at least. So Team Accelerate, a team that's been up and coming for a while now, but they've had multiple roster changes of late. With many famous names for those of you that have been hanging around in that Indian Dota 2 Facebook group. You've got Azzy leading the helm, but Sad will be the one doing the draft. I do believe they had a player called Neji in their ranks, but maybe I'm mistaken. I guess they've switched up some rosters here and there. But yeah, they are a team to be looking out for. They've been pretty try-hard, if that's the word to use, for a while now. And yeah, my respect does go out to teams that are try-hard. I do enjoy watching some good, hard-working players trying to make themselves known on the Dota 2 circuit. Jukes on you though, unfortunately I don't know too much about them, but it looks like we've got a QO fan in their ranks. Let's start by doing the introductions then, shall we? Jukes on you, getting Faceless Void as their first pickup. You've got the Phoenix and the Slaughter getting banned out, with the Vengeful Spirit getting followed up immediately after, while Lion and Beastmaster will be picked up for Accelerate. They banned out the Alchemist, they banned out the Earth Spirit, so we're not seeing any of those mid-rotations coming out from the Earth Spirit, thankfully. But that does allow the Vengeful Spirit to get active on the map early on. For Accelerate, that Beastmaster pick, now normally I would have said it's an off-lane Beastmaster, but after recently watching matches at the Aegis 2016, I'm led to believe that this could be one of those greedy jungle Beastmasters. It seems like a go-to thing for the Beastmaster to move in the jungle, and when he's not contested by any of the roaming heroes, maybe a bounty hunter coming out from Jukes on you, we'll find out later. We do see Beastmasters getting level 6 and that Primal Roar within the first 6 minutes of the game, and that can really be a tide turner in their favor. I think Jukes on you should have their eye on that Beastmaster. If he does move into the jungle, they should consider committing on him a little bit. But as far as the draft goes, so far you've got a Zeus getting banned out by Jukes on you, and no Lord of Olympus going to be picked up by Accelerate, while the Death Prophet and the Gyrocopter will be removed almost immediately. So neither side really dipping into their reserve clocks just yet. They're taking their time, thinking this through. But they don't need too much time, as they still have a good 2 minutes left to take decisions over and above their base time of about 30 to 40 seconds. Fourth ban on the board here for Jukes on you. It'll be the Puck. So no control available from that middle lane Puck here for Accelerate. I'm curious to see whether this is going to be a Faceless Void on the off lane, or if we're going to see one of those one position Faceless Voids. Shionix from Orange Starring has been known to run that quite often, and it's worked out really well for them, where they usually build into the Treads, Yasha, Manta, and then a Diffusal Blade. But Accelerate, not really worried about the crowd control from the Chronosphere or the swap that both go through Magic Immunity. They'll pick up the Sven anyway, and now they've got themselves that Warcry armor boost to deal with some of that Wave of Terror armor reduction. Accelerate, they've still got 2 picks on the board. They need a middle laner and either an off laner or a secondary support, depending on where that Beastmaster is headed. Jukes on you, they'll pick themselves up an Enigma, so not too much thought behind it, just gonna straight up pick up another blue hero to add to the blue squad, as Enigma should be their jungle pick. Now, this Enigma pick is really, it's a hit or a miss, I'm gonna say, because okay, now I think it's leaning towards the miss side. Accelerate immediately spotting out that Enigma is going to be in the jungle. They'll pick up the Bounty Hunter, a hero that can give the Enigma a really hard time in there. And we should see the Enigma's farm slowed down quite a bit, unless they could use the Enigma as bait to pick off the Bounty Hunter time and again. But they will need early dusts and sentries for that, which is still a bit of a commitment in terms of gold. Also, when you've got Enigma support, you're basically saying that your tri-lane will have a Vengeful Spirit as the babysitter. She's not really the best hero to babysit, but Jukes on you. Now, they don't really need a babysitter because they're going to pick up the Drow Ranger for themselves, a hero that can almost always handle herself. And with the double aura from the Precision aura and the Vengeance aura from the Vengeful Spirit, we're now looking at a pseudo push coming out from them. The Eidolons do get buffed up by both auras as well. So Jukes and you could definitely take some early towers here. Accelerate will have to be on their toes. And I do believe we're going to see some defensive Dota coming out from them in the early phases of the game. But that's another problem with Jukes on You's lineup. Ooh, just give me a moment, guys. Looks like there's something going wrong with my audio here. Okay, hopefully things are going to be better now moving forward. But yeah, Jukes on You. Like I said, they've got this Drow Ranger Venge aura strat coming out, but if it doesn't pay dividends early on, we're gonna see accelerate their farm on the Sven, and of course with the Bounty Hunter track gold, they'll start to pull ahead. Wind Ranger will be the last pickup coming out from Accelerate. That'll be their mid to deal with the Invoker that's now been picked up on Jukes on You, and that's another crowd control hero with some anti-push in the form of the power shot that they can deal with. Gonna quickly jump into the game here as we've got Accelerate versus Jukes on You with a disconnection straight up. Typical Crash Cafe people. Okay, looks like both sides have some disconnections. Hopefully this game will get underway really quickly, but for now everyone has picked up their hero, so we can start off with the introductions here. On the Radiant side, Team Accelerate, you've got Azzy handling the Sven on the 1 position, Sad will be playing that Wind Ranger, Zeus on the Beastmaster, BM on the Lion, and Deadpool Bishes on the Beastmaster. On the other side of the river, you've got Team Jukes on You, aka Joy. Just a moment, guys. Looks like I've got one of those indicators still left up there. Yeah, that should be a little clearer now for you. You've got Joy, aka Jukes on You, on the Dire side. Now or Never will be handling the Lich. You've got sorry, Lich. Why did I say Lich? It looks like Lich to me. He's the vengeful spirit. Let's have a closer look at him then, shall we? So Venge gonna be played by the Drow Ranger. Venge gonna be played by Now or Never. You've got Drow Ranger handled by, well, I don't really want to say his name on stream because we are a stream for all audiences here, so we're just gonna call him Drow Ranger with the Chinese name, or whatever else you want to call him, on the 1 position role. You've got Void handled by Jet. You've got QO. I'm guessing that's not the real QO from MVP. Gonna be playing the Invoker, and last but not the least, Enigma will be played by Raftar. Well, you gotta give me a moment, guys. I'm experiencing this occasional static coming in. Not entirely sure why, but it does seem to be settling for now. But yeah, as this game gets underway, you've got an Exhort Invoker. He already threw out a Scouting Sunstrike to try and spot out what item choices and what laning setups Accelerate will be running here. And Sad, he's moved in without any pool tangos. I do expect the Lion to be giving him a couple. Maybe one from Zeus on the Bounty and one from the BM Lion. Wards will be switching hands as well. 2 tangos sent over to the Wind Ranger, and they're looking to contest this bottom rune. So ideally, when you're on the Radiant, you do want to contest this bottom bounty rune because it's closer to your safe lane, which means your carry will not miss out on too much farm. While as the Dire, for similar reasons, you want to contest the top rune. And normally you want to give the rune to the middle lane hero. It made a lot more sense when you had the EXP coming in from the bounty runes. I'm actually surprised that we're not seeing the carries being given priority on those bounties. But hey, I guess it does help the middle laner get that extra salve to sustain in the lane with the early 100 gold boost, which we'll now see both the Invoker and the Wind Ranger picking up. So a fairly peaceful start coming out from both teams. Another thing that we should have pointed out here is that Accelerate, usually when you're playing up against a jungle Enigma, you want to probably try some aggressive moves, maybe a smoke into the enemy jungle to try and block out this camp here, and occasionally block this camp as well. But it does look like they'll just use the Bounty Hunter to body block the camp for the first time around, while Enigma, he's gonna start up top side instead. Okay, I can get behind this. So instead of converting a neutral creep, he comes into the lane, cleans up on that boar, and already it's gonna send the Beastmaster into the jungle. But Beastmaster anticipated that he's gonna have a hard lane. He's done the right thing as he's picked up the Iron Talon as his first item and already begun jungling efficiently. How's the bottom lane looking? You've got a Sven and a Lion up against the Void. So with the Time Walk, he does have a little bit of survivability, but between the Sven and the Lion, especially once the Lion hits level 2, they're gonna have disables in excess of 2 seconds, which is basically the amount of time that Void backtracks damage over when he uses the Time Walk. So So Jet is susceptible to being brought down here in this lane. He needs to be careful. Kyo, meanwhile, at mid, he's got 3 CS up against Sad's Sad's Wind Ranger. He's got a good 5 CS. We should see the bottle coming out for the Wind Ranger as her first item of choice. Well, Zeus on his Bounty Hunter continues to be a nuisance, blocking out the camps, chasing down the Enigma. Enigma knows what's up though. He's not willing to rotate into the jungle by himself. He knows that the Bounty Hunter is going to be scouting him out and trying to slow him down, leeching his EXP. So instead, he's going to move for the rune. There is a sentry ward here. And Zeus, oh, it's a double damage rune, but this rune will be picked up by the Enigma, who I'm surprised isn't turning around and punching the BH in the face. He'll offer a couple of punches, but he won't reveal the fact that he's got a sentry ward placed down just yet. At mid, looks like a cold snap was possibly expended. Invoke has been used as well, so he's got the Sunstrike at the ready if he wants to make a play. No courier snipe's gonna come out. The courier will walk into the jungle and immediately walk back to the fountain after delivering. Was it the Ring of Protection for Raftar, or did he manage to get another set of clarities? I didn't quite catch that. But as he's taken a beating at the bottom lane, but he's still got a good 10 CS. He's running out of tangos as well. He really cannot afford to duke it out with the Void too efficiently. Mid, damage being dished out onto Sad, but Kyo's taken a beating himself. They've managed to deward the Dire Sentry if there was one at mid, as Zeus has planted down Sentry of his own. Doesn't have the Orb of Venom, but he does have the auto attacks now stacking up on Kyo. No Skeleton Walk, and if the Invoker spotted this out, he could have possibly turned around and tried to kill off that Bounty Hunter himself. So just the panic reaction setting in there as Kyo instantly backs away and continues to focus on farming. Stuns, gonna stack up here in Jet. He does have the Time Walk, but the duration is way too much, instead choosing to just hold on to it. He's got no more consumables, no more tangos to heal up, so he has to rely on that Enchanted Mango base HP regen and a Fairy Fire if things start to get too troublesome for him. As he's going greedy here. He's just gonna start with a raw Helm of the Dominator, picking up that Morbid Mask for the survivability in the lane for now. Top lane, you've got Zeus getting run down. They do not have a Dust, but they did have a Sentry Ward in the lane. But here comes the push. With 2 points in the Precision Aura, they've already triggered it to buff up the creeps a little bit from Enigma. While the Vengeance Aura has 1 point in it as well. The tower is taking significant amounts of damage and is close to being brought down here by Joy. But we're yet to see first blood being spilled. Both teams are playing it really safe for now. Accelerate not willing to try and contest this top tier 1. They'll fortify to slow things down, but they're willing to sack it. It is the most inconsequential tower of this game for the Radiant side. This tower, the only thing it really offers is a possible smoke gank route into the jungle from here, but it's a very long walk down towards the middle lane, and when you've got your mid tier 1 and tier 2 towers still standing, there's always a chance for TP rotations between these two. So it's not the most useful tower, but it is a decent amount of money going in favor of Joy, and it will allow them to start snowballing further a bit, as we'll see the net worth chart now dipping slightly in their favor, while the EXP favors them a bit as well. We've got a jungle Enigma, but he's starting to fall a little bit behind. He's at level 3, 4.5 minutes in, while at mid QO, he's gonna get clipped and tagged. The Orb of Venom is available. BM comes in with the Arcane Rune. Now or never's here with the Magic Missile. QO still alive. One more auto attack from Sad will secure first blood, as they'll get the return kill on the Bounty Hunter. Invoker will be the one to get that with the Cold Snap thrown down on him. So again, not the worst situation for Joy. They end up trading 1 for 1, but the money for first blood does go in favor of Accelerate. However, it was a support picked up from Accelerate in exchange for the core on the side of Joy, thus delaying a Midas on that Invoker. As he will continue to pound away on these creeps at bottom, he should be looking to set up that rhythm where he pushes out the bottom creep wave and moves into the jungle, stacks this camp, pushes the wave, comes back, clears the camp, pushes the wave once again, and every 51 seconds he'll stack up the Ancients as well. But at mid again, we're seeing a bit of a fight breaking out here. You have the Windrun expended. There's the Cold Snap thrown down onto Sad, but he's up on his slope as Raftar comes in. He puts a sentry and an observer at the middle lane, but that was planted rather obviously, and I'll be surprised if it isn't dewarded eventually by Accelerate. But Joy, are they looking to push once again? The Drow Ranger Precision Aura is up to level 3, but they do need Drow to hit level 6 before they can actually augment this push a lot more. She's spamming it on cooldown, while middle lane looks like they do get the kill on the Bounty Hunter. So the Enigma Eidolons as well as the Forge Spirit possibly getting buffed up by the Precision Aura to help secure that kill. Sad. He'll do what he can with the level 3 power shot to try and push out the wave and slow down this push. We've got TPs coming in. Accelerate. They want to contest this. They do not have sentry wards though, and Zeus is going to get scouted out here. QO, he spots the bounty hunter. Bounty hunter knows that he's visible with the creeps attacking him down the river. Bottom lane now, you've got a TP coming out from the Venge. Do they have the tools needed? Yeah, they do. They're gonna drop the Chronosphere as he's getting pinged out as well. They'll chain up the stuns, just a little inefficient, but they'll get the stun strike in through anyway. And Kyo will find himself the 3rd kill for his teammates and the 3rd kill for himself as well, bringing him up to a killing spree as his Midas is getting closer and closer as well now. This bounty hunter though, he's not doing as much work as he would have liked to. He's just 0, 2 and 1 right now. He needs to find something to do, or he's gonna start getting really inefficient and, well, irrelevant come mid-game phase. Raftar. Well, I guess the threat of the bounty hunter roaming around is enough to slow down the Enigma's growth. Ideally, you'd see a 6-minute level 6 Enigma if he was left into the jungle by himself, but bottom lane Jet gets stunned up. He does drop down the time dilation, and he's got a time walk. He'll walk off the damage from the Sven and the Lion, and as he's gonna be a little peeved by that one. He does, however, have the helm and his creep. He's ready to start stacking the ancients. Unfortunately for Joy, they haven't blocked out this camp. All Deadpool bitches. He's up to level 6. He's moving towards the Invoker, but Venge is gonna TP in as well. They'll even drop down a defensive sentry ward. Zeus, he's gonna get scouted out again, so he knows that this entire middle lane is warded, and yet they've got no sentry wards picked up on the side of ACT. So Bounty's probably gonna have to look elsewhere to make work happen. As he's gonna clean up on that last remaining creep after he devoured or dominated his buddy, the Hellbear Smasher, or the Tomato as I like to call him. He's now waiting to stack up this camp. It's a lot easier when you've got a range creep though, because as a range creep you can get one auto attack off on the ancients and then start running down here. Now this Tomato here, he's gonna have to walk in, take a few hits from the dragons and walk away. So eventually his health will start whittling down and he's gonna die at one point, because he doesn't have any base HP regen also, if I'm not mistaken. So there's the Tomato taking a couple of hits, and the stack will be successfully pulled off once. You've got a Radiant Scan being used inside the jungle, so they're trying to check if there's going to be ganks and rotations towards Sad at mid. But as he's going to be the casualty once again, the Chronosphere comes through. They chain it up with the magic missile, the Sunstrike on his head. And once again, I feel like I've seen this movie before. Joy will score another kill on the 1 position hero of Accelerate. While top lane, they've got a fight breaking out. The Primal Roar was expended as the Drow Ranger will be brought down. So that's the problem when you run a Drow Ranger. She's extremely squishy and susceptible to ganks. Every time they've got the Primal Roar and the Finger of Death, I think they're gonna go hunting her, as BM is getting really close to level 6 as well. So Accelerate, while they may have lost the 1 position on their side, they end up taking the 1 position away from Joy as well, and the kill on Joy's 1 position is worth a lot more, given that his net worth is higher and the team's net worth is higher as well. Bounty Hunter. He's gonna slow down the push a little bit by himself here, and he's gonna also be able to find that extra needed EXP to get to level 6. But as he's back with his boots and magic wand now, so no power treads being rushed after that helm, as he's just trying to farm or find that farm rhythm that'll allow him to get those treads and eventually move in to clear this stack of ancients. We're seeing the Lion prepped and ready to try and find a kill on QO here, but Venge is on point with the rotation. She's up to level 6, 0, 0 and 3 on Now or Never. But he has been pinged out by BM, who was smoked up and waiting. Do they want to wrap around on this? Looks like they do, but it's going to be magic missiles to start the fight. The Earth Spike comes in from behind. The Focus Fire is expended as well, but it's from the low ground, so they're missing a bit. But the DD Rune helps secure the kill anyway. But Sad, he's got no wind run to work with now, and he will be brought down by the Invoker, who smells blood in the water and is looking for more. The Sunstrike, it'll find the mark, and the auto attack from the False Spirit and the Invoker himself will score a double kill for QO, who is just showing no signs of stopping at the moment. This Invoker is on fire. Bottom lane, again, as he's being run down, this time there's no Chronosphere as he wants to man up. He'll turn around, throw down a stun. Jet's got no time walk, so he could be going down here. One more hit from Zeus. The Orb of Venom's doing damage, but the slows from the Drow cancels the initiation from the Bounty Hunter and the Sven, allowing the Void to get away. But it does cost Joy a lot of rotations towards bottom. They'll have to commit to this tier 1 tower, as we're seeing a TP cancelled out by Sad. Oh, I think that was a misplay from him. Not anticipating the longer TP, and he's gonna have to make the walk down towards the lane now. While the bounty sits around on the sidelines, just hoping to leech enough EXP to cross level 6. No Tombs of Knowledge available to help him in that regard either. But the push has begun. Joy using that precision aura once again, as the Drow Ranger will find herself the money for yet another tower, accelerating their net worth further and further away from Team ACT. Top lane, Lion, he's up to level 6 now, and he does have that Finger of Death ready. Tranquil Boots have been completed. Zeus, he's gonna scout out Jet. Remember, there is a Chronosphere available, and if they put down a sentry ward here, that could be a dead bounty. He does snipe the Invis rune, so Raftar knows that the bounty is in the vicinity. But Joy is just trying to dominate the Radiant jungle here, as they'll start to move towards mid. Jet and Deadpool Witches, they're going to duke it out with each other. They do have the time dilation drop down. That's going to slow down the Beastmaster, given that he's got a lot of active spells to use. Track still not available, but Primal Robe will be thrown. The Shackle is... yeah, it's going to fly, but it doesn't matter. Bounty will get the kill anyway, with the Finger of Death even expended. Hammer. Stormhammer, sorry, gets thrown down. QO has been stunned up once. Raftar's coming in. He'll get the black hole up, but it's off point. Just catches one, and that'll be his demise. QO is going to get hexed up behind. Looks like Deadpool Pitches will die to the Invoker, but that's an unstoppable spree taken away by the Wind Ranger, and Accelerate have found their groove now, and will find themselves a tier 1 tower as well by the looks of it. Fortification does come out though to slow things down, but there's no creep wave available for the Radiant, so they're going to have to back away for now. How's the Ancient Stacks looking? He looks like he's not been paying attention to this just yet. Just a lot of action happening all over the map. At the very least, though, they're going to get the D-Ward on middle. And a little more money going in favor of Sad. He's almost got his Maelstrom finished up now, which will start to boost his farm rate a bit as well. Rinse and repeat is the plan for Joy, though. We'll group up at mid. Chrono being threatened to that pump fake from Jet. Accelerate will have to sacrifice this tier 1 tower at mid. There's even a deep observer ward by the Dire to scout out possible defenses here. As the tower goes down to the Void, Jet, he's actually picked up a Morbid Mask as well, so he's going for the Vlads first, the utility Void, and we've seen many offlane Voids do of late. Meanwhile, QO and his Invoker, he's up to a good 1,000 gold now. With the drums and the Midas finished up, he's very survivable, slightly mobile, and he's got a lot of points in the Exalt, which means that the Sunstrike is going to do an oodle of damage on Zeus. He's about to walk into range of that sentry ward, but now or never has made it kind of obvious, just moving back and forth again and again. They're just waiting in the wings. The smoke will be dispelled now. Again, Zeus just barely skirting around the periphery. Good Earth Spike. Catches out to Raftar. He's going to get stun locked. Will he be brought down within the stuns? The power shot from downtown finds the kill. Deafening Blast catches to BM. Will lose his life, but it looks like there'll be a bigger turnaround here coming out for Azzy and Co. The track kill on the Venge, as QO has been tracked and will be sent away as well. So it's 8 for 8, a 2 for 1 trade. 14 minutes in. Track money starting to pile up on Accelerate. And the Bounty Hunter has started to find his comeback as well, with the Arcane Boots picked up. Now QO has been scouted out. Remember, he's still been tracked. The Drow Ranger was coming in as well, but Jet is in the vicinity, and Bounty is providing vision of all of this once again. They've also got the Observer Ward in the lane, which is why we see Accelerate immediately dispersing and hoping to find themselves the tier 1 tower at mid instead. TPs were expended to get themselves towards this bottom lane, so Joy are gonna have a hard time making it back in time here. Sad doesn't have the mana for the focus fire, so bit by bit they're gonna have to whittle this one down. But the tower will fall, and there will be no contest here from Joy, who instead are prepped and ready to try and take a tier 2. They've got the black hole on the Enigma in 20 seconds time. No mechanism finished up just yet for them though. The Precision Aura is on cooldown. They've already expended it, and they're doing a lot of damage. Look at that tier 2 tower melting. Just the creeps along with the ranged heroes doing damage on it. A fortification gets used immediately. Well, as his movement will be scouted out by this observer ward in the jungle. They're still going to try the wrap around here. Beastmaster leading the charge, threatening to drop the primal roar. Sven's going for the Echo Saber as his first item. Every one of his movements is being scouted. He pops the God Strength, but he's confused as hell here. Instead, just trying to get down the Forge Spirit's Chronosphere from Jet as he pops the Warcry armor and he walks back into the Chronosphere, stuns up Raftar behind, gets hit with the Deafening Blast, swapped in further. He gets picked off, but Beastmaster's got the kill on the Enigma, and Jet will go down next to Sad. Drow Ranger still manning up and trying to fight through. Sad pops the Wind Run, looking for the line in the shackle. 3 seconds to go till he gets it. The toss gets thrown out, bounces on 2 heroes, but as the dust settles, Accelerate have completely messed up that fight, which could have gone perfectly for them, with Azzy getting way too hasty, just manning up, banging his chest and running straight ahead, and then walking back into the Chronosphere. Joy finds themselves a bit of a recovery, I'd say. They got the Bounty, the Sven, and the Beastmaster, but they did lose the Enigma and the Void. The Drow Ranger and the Invoker, though, they continue to rack up the money, getting some kills for themselves in that last team fight, as they will resume their farm. Raftar moves up top. He needs that mechanism if he wants to keep his team going here. This isn't the most conventional farm rate for an Enigma. Enigma being one of the fastest farmers in the jungle in the early game phase. He's starting to fall behind now. Well, Sad, he's almost got the Blink Dagger for himself, so initiation will no longer be a problem for the Wind Ranger. The Echo Saber's finished up on Azzy, so he's going to be hitting a little harder as well. Ancient stacks, looks like they were cleaned up as well. And the stacks will resume once again with Tomato Man standing up the cliff. Bounty, he's on the hunt. Raftar doesn't have a sentry ward. The positions have been revealed. QO, though, he does have the Yule, so the Bounty cannot afford to just go down and throw a track on him and try and run away for fear of getting clipped by the Yule Sunstrike Meteor Deafening Blast combo. It's a level 13 Invoker, and he has one more level on the maxed out Invoke to go. Jet, he could be getting caught out here, but yeah, he's quite far out. No Blink Tagger on the line either, so maybe it's just going to be a track from the Bounty Hunter before sending the Void on his way. No, track also won't be thrown out. Not sure why the Bounty is not tracking heroes on site, but there's that Sunstrike combo we were talking about, as Enigma will find the kill on the Wind Ranger, bringing him one step closer to the full mech. In fact, he's got it now. That'll add another layer of defense for Joy as they try and barrel down these towers. I really feel like Accelerate is going to need a blink on that Sven as well as on the line if they want to try and take fights. Joy, their lineup, they are grouping up as 5 here, and it will allow for multiple hero Stormhammers to be thrown down, and not to mention multiple hero Earth Spikes as well. If they can manage to clip a couple of heroes and start the fight on their terms, I feel like Accelerate will have the upper hand. They've got so much lockdown, with 4 out of 5 heroes having stuns of some form. QO, he's coming in. Remember, he's got the movement speed from the Yules, as he will pop the Warcry and make a run for it. Wow. BM and Zeus have not been scouted out here. They're still prepped and ready to fight. Raftar's gonna get tracked up, so no surprise Black Hole's gonna come through. Wards drop down, will be dewarded immediately. The Iron Talon used to clean it up, so no vision advantage for Joy. But they're still feeling confident to try and take this tower. The Drow Ranger, she's already started pummeling away on it. BM comes in, the tower's low, Zeus brought down, Meteor Deafening Blast catches no one, but as he gets a multiple hero stun, he gets a few hits off with the Echo Saber, but he's been controlled now. The Finger of Death brings down the Enigma. The Deafening Blast keeps the Sven at bay as well, but the Vengeful Spirit will be brought down. The Stormhammer now thrown down onto the Drow Ranger. Drow Ranger's trying to make a run for it, but she's been slowed down a bit and will be taken apart by Azzy Sven again. A 4-for-2 trade. 14 to 14, 20 minutes in, and Accelerate comes out ahead in that fight. Not entirely sure how, though. I think one of the factors that went wrong there for Joy was a whiffed Meteor and Deafening Blast catching on a dead Bounty Hunter. So that doesn't work out too well for them, and Accelerate will find themselves a tower on the back of that, and possibly a Blink Dagger for this Sven. Primal Roar was expended in that fight as well, and they're always going to have the vision advantage with that Greater Hawk flying about. Roshan is up for grabs if either team wants to attempt it. They've both got the firepower to bring him down quickly, but Invoker, he could be in a bit of a pickle here if he's not careful. QO is invis, however. He's looking for the pick off on Sad. Forge Spirit does a bit of damage. He does have the combo ready. Oh, he's whiffed it though. Now Sad's looking for the turnaround. Bounty Hunter's coming in as well. There's the power shot. Not going to be used actually. The focus fire will be used on top of a mini stun from the shackle shot, as the Wind Ranger will turn it around, making Joy pay for his misplay there, punishing him for his mistakes. I love the way that Accelerator just capitalizing on any little advantage that they get, and now they're looking to go forward onto Jet. He'll be stun locked, blink forward from Azzy, and with the Echo Saber 1-2 punch, he'll get the kill on the Void. This Azzy is now starting to lead the net worth charts. He's at 9,700 net worth, followed only by the Wind Ranger. The graphs have tilted back upwards, and now they're looking to get Roshan with the Void down for a good 25 seconds. They know that they've got no Chronosphere to contest them in the pit, and this should be a fairly comfortable Aegis claimed by them. But they will need at least the Focus Fire to work on this Rosh. Sunstrike will scout out that Rosh attempt. We've got a pause coming out from BM. Unfortunately, it looks like Accelerate are lagging a bit. But I don't think Joy is going to get in position to contest this. The Focus Fire should be used by Sad. We've already seen him trigger the spell block with the Shackle Shot now. So with the Focus Fire, Rush will be dropping quickly, and Joy will lose the advantage of that Aegis, allowing Accelerate to try and take some objectives of their own now. For Joy though, they do have some real eye candy spells here with the Enigma Black Hole and the Void Chronosphere. If they could pull off some of those wombo combos, well, maybe not wombo combos, but just the combos, I think we could see them taking a few successful team fights. But that's going to mean that Accelerate needs to position really badly for themselves if they want to get caught out like that. And given that they've got double Blink Dagger already online, we're going to see the third Blink Dagger coming out on the Beastmaster as well. Actually, 4 Blink Daggers will be finished up for this team because Lion's got one too. Positional advantage should not be a problem for them. They'll also have the Hawk to provide vision of if and when the Void or the Enigma want to jump in. So it's going to be next to impossible for Joy to find a pick-off unless they do it under cover of a Smoke of Deceit. So they're going to have to be very careful about the way they approach this, and their smokes are going to be, well, a lot's going to boil down on how they use these Smokes of Deceit on the Dire side. Disconnection for the Lion. Looks like he's changing the Wi-Fi because he's lagging. So someone's probably logged on to his Wi-Fi router. Everybody knows that feel, and especially if you have a pesky sibling and mooches your Wi-Fi at the most opportune moment. Alright, give me a moment, folks. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Just opening a couple of balcony windows. This Mumbai weather, for those of you sitting in Mumbai, will know it is hot as hell. But for Accelerate now, the game plan, the only thing I can really see for them is pretty straightforward. They get the BKB on the Sven, they get the Aegis on the Wind Ranger, and they just stick as fire themselves and try and take down the rest of these outer towers before going high ground. They're gonna have that massive power spike going their way, and every single kill will be worth a lot more with the Bounty Hunter track adding up the money to them. Looks like we've got BM reconnecting here on his Lion. Just waiting for the resume call to come out before we get underway, and there we go. Drow Ranger, they do know that Roshan's being taken down. The Sunstrike did scout this out. She's TPing back towards bottom. They do want to contest this, and if they're a little late to this one, they could be really heavily punished. Focus Fire is bringing down Rosh. Aegis has been secured. Sven's going to be the one to hold on to it, and they'll even throw down a track. Chronosphere thrown into the fog will find Zeus, but Jet is going to be smacking himself in the face for that hasty play coming out from him. Already we're seeing a smoke. Accelerate. They know their Dota. We're going to see a preemptive on Zeus, or rather missing on the Bounty Hunter played by Zeus. And Azzy and Co have another timing window with the Chronosphere on cooldown for a good 100 seconds now. Jet is going to be smacking himself in the face for that hasty play coming out from him. Already we're seeing a smoke. Accelerate. They know their Dota. We're gonna see a preemptive. God Strength even popped here. Jet, he's gonna get stunned up. The Hawk was providing vision of this, but they need to stun him again. Oh, BME waited for him on the high ground. Perfect play, anticipating where he's going. The stun will be thrown down. Catches onto 2. Echo Saber hit, almost coming through, but the Gus from the Draw Ranger, I keep trying to say his name, but I don't want to, will allow Azzy to stay at bay for a little longer. Just the Venge going down in exchange for the Lion so far. Not the worst trade for Joy. It could have gone a lot worse if the Void got taken apart there. Accelerate, not the best team fight coming out for them. It's a really hasty maneuver coming out on the back of that smoke. I feel like if the Lion just waited here and threw the Hex instead of trying to make the flashy play going up for the Void, he might have been able to control him long enough for the Sven to blink in and stun him up here. So they would have got themselves that one easy confirmed pick off on the core hero. Instead they end up losing the Lion's life and also end up getting just the Venge, who's really not worth a lot of money at this point. And when you're playing from behind, any 1-for-1 trade is great for the team that's lacking behind actually. So Joy in this case, they're behind in terms of net worth and EXP. Trading with the Lion is definitely in their favor. And about the Invoker, he's got himself the Blink Dagger now in addition to the Yule. So he's going for mobility over damage. He's not opted to get himself the Aghanim Scepter Rush. However, he is starting to rack up the levels. He's almost at level 16 and will have that maxed out Invoke. So it's really a binary play coming out for him. Either he gets the Meteor Deafening Blast combo off and does a truck ton of damage, or he's going to miss it and just be scurrying around hoping, clutching at straws and hoping that he doesn't get picked off by one of Accelerate's heroes. And with the amount of lockdown and crowd control on ACT, it'll be a tall order for him. As well, looks like the binary is won this time around, as QO will find the pick off on the Bounty Hunter, who just got scouted out by this sentry ward here. No gems picked up just yet on either side. So map control, a gem for Accelerate would have been great for map control to de-ward on the map, while a gem for Joy will help versus the Bounty. But meanwhile, Jet, not a second to react there, as he just once again bangs on his own chest and jumps in, finishing up on the Void by himself. Black Hole's been thrown down though behind. They will get the kill on the Beastmaster. Great shackle shot though. Catches on the Enigma as well as the Drow. The Maelstrom proc will finish off the Enigma. There's a swap onto Sad, and with the damage from the Aura and the Drow Ranger, they get the kill. Beautiful stun from Azzy once again. Finds himself a double kill, making it a 5-man team wipe in favor of Accelerate. Had it not been for that 2-man stun, I think Accelerate would have been playing from behind, but with that, they'll get themselves a team wipe. More kills for their cores. And Azzy still holds on to that Aegis as he buys up a full BKB now. He'll probably be dropping down that magic wand to hold on to it. Well, he's also got a Wolf at his back to buff up his damage with the Aura. The pack leader's Aura. 30% bonus damage on a Sven that's already got an absurd amount of damage is ridiculous. But now he does have the Vengeance Aura affecting him as well. So the Wolf is just mitigating that to a certain extent. But of course, once the Vengeful Spirit respawns, we'll see his true and final form. Yeah, it's a plus 102 damage with the Wolf at his back. He's also got the Arcane Rune available, and the God Strength is online, so he does want to put it to use. But all his movements are being scouted out by this Observer ward here. He's going to still pop the God Strength. Now and never. Still wants to make a run. He spotted him coming, but he couldn't do squat. Again, the BKB popped as well to get the kill on the Venge. Chronosphere dropped. Jet's been controlled up. He's been hexed up for now. Raftar's coming in. Good Sunstrike coming. Good Meteor coming out. Tries to catch on too, as he will lose his Aegis for now, as Lion has gone down at his back. They're trying to come in to try and offer some support, but Sad is just too far out. The blink away. The ice wall will not hold him in there long enough. Yules to control him up again. The tracks are starting to stack up as well. That'll give Azzy a little bit of movement speed with the Warcry. He should be able to get away from this Jet. He doesn't have another time dilation available, but from behind you've got Kyo getting stunned up. The Necro level 3 with the Primal Roar from the Beastmaster gets the kill. They're moving forward as the Draw Ranger gets slowed down. The Toss will bounce around and clip him as well. As he's coming in again, the movement speed from the Warcry will buff them up, while the Shackle Shot will fly, connecting on the Drow, securing his demise. Double kill for the Beastmaster. A well-placed initiation from him finds those 2 kills, as he's got the blink, but he's choosing not to jump forward. Instead, on the back of that 2-in-1 trade, both of those being track kills and both of those on cores on the side of Joy, he'll secure a tier 2 tower and possibly even more. That Arcane Rune was available when he used the God Strength the last time around, so he's got the God Strength available once again. He'll pop it and go to work on the tier 3, but the fortification will slow this down. Even a focus fire has been expended. The creep wave has been taken to the side. No black hole available, no chronosphere either. As he jumps in, Jet gets stunned, the BKB is there and he'll be brought down again. It's a monster kill for the Sven, who's just unstoppable at this moment. As the first tier 3 of this game will go down, Accelerate are starting to blow the first hole into the base. Sad actually has the Aghanim Scepter online as well on that Wind Ranger, so the focus fire, reduced cooldown, allows them to take down the melee Raxes. They do look like they want more, but discipline will shine through as Accelerate will back away from this. Another 3000 gold on this Beastmaster as they'll set their sights on the bottom tier 2 instead. A BKB is on the cards here for the Wind Ranger, well, as he's got himself a Moonshot. Kind of desynergistic with that Echo Saber, but overall a good item for the Sven. I do feel like an Assault Cuirass would have helped a lot more though. There's never enough armor up against the Drow Ranger and the Vengeful Spirit Aura strat. But hey, you've got a Ghost Scepter picked up on this Beastmaster now as well, so they'll be able to mitigate some of that physical DPS coming out from the Drow. Speaking of Drow Ranger, she's got the Manta Style online, but that really won't help too much versus the Sven Cleave. And it's not like there's any silences available on the side of ACT either that she can shrug off, just the track that can be dispelled. In fact, Manta Style means more units on the battlefield, which also means another possible setup for the Shackle Shot from Sad's Wind Ranger, so ACT is not going to be too worried about that. While Jet, he's got just the Vlads for now. No Blink Tagger picked up on this Void either. And the only one with a buyback in this game is the Enigma, who by the way has somehow managed to find his own Blink Tagger. So we're looking for those big black holes, but given the amount of stuns on ACT, it's going to be nigh impossible for Raftar to find one. Well, ACT not going to waste any more time here. We'll group up on top with the smoke just already popped, looking for a kill before pushing up onto the high ground. BM will drop down a ward on the cliff as well, but it looks like Joy might have dodged this one as they're grouping up for a possible smoke of their own. They're gonna find QO though. The Fort Spirits will be scattered out here. QO is gonna get spotted. He'll walk straight into Azzy, but they blink in different directions. And Invoker, he's gonna be wiping the sweat off of his brow there after dodging that smoke gank. That would have been the perfect target to find as well for Accelerate. With the Invoker down for a good 50 seconds or so on a death, they would have been able to breach the high ground yet again. Meteor's been used at mid, so they've got a 48-second window where the Invoker can't do too much AoE magic damage. But the Invoker did get his Aghanim Scepter online now, so he should be able to crowd control this Sven once his BKB is down. But that is a 8-second BKB duration on the Sven. Not to mention a brand spanking new one on Sad's Wind Ranger. ACT, they've got to be feeling very confident with this 15,000 net worth and 12,000 EXP lead in their favor. However, lag does seem to be stopping them in their tracks. Sad. Gonna call out the resume as well as ACT are prepped and ready to deliver the final blow and nail the last nail into the coffin of Joy. Azzy looking for that pickoff. Raftar is under cover of the smoke, so he hasn't been scouted out just yet. No dire observer was watching this, but QO, oh, he's gonna walk into the stun, and oh, not like this. 68 seconds without him. Beastmaster jumps in forward. They've roared up the Drow Ranger. Here comes the black hole, but where's the follow-up? There is none available. They'll try and control Azzy a little longer. Even the Chronosphere expended, but that cancelled the black hole as he'll get blown up. Azzy's godlike streak has been taken away by the Drow Ranger, who got 1,000 gold on the back of that kill. You've got a buyback coming out from the Enigma. But without the Sven, ACT cannot push anymore. Or can they? No, they can't. They've got no Primal Roar available either. So not the worst situation for Joy. They end up expending a buyback. They lose their Invoker and the Enigma. But they do get the kill on that Sven, and they get a lot of money changing hands again. Had he just gone for the Assault Cuirass like a good boy instead of getting that Moonshot for the greed, he might have been able to survive there, because the Drow Ranger was one of the few that was dishing out most of the damage in that fight. You really can't ignore the DPS output from this Drow. She's hitting at about 400 damage a hit with the Vengeance Aura buffing her up. That is ridiculous for an underfarmed Drow Ranger. She's not even that underfarmed anymore. She's got 13,000 net worth, a full BKB finished up, and heck, she could stand her ground and pound away. So we could see Joy trying to fight this one back here, as ACT will have a long road ahead of them if they want to try and breach high ground. It ain't gonna be that easy, and they will need an Aegis to augment their defensive layers before trying to take the next tier 3 tower. Sad. Wonder if he goes to finish up that Mjolnir. While Joy will group up at bottom once again. Jet, does he have the Blink Dagger? He can almost afford it now. So they'll have another tool available to help them initiate. But he's been getting some decent Chronospheres so far. BM might have done better to use the Finger of Death on the Drow Ranger there instead of on the Enigmas, given that he had already used the Black Hole in that fight. I guess they were just worried about the mech being used, which is why they blew it up. There's a Sunstrike thrown somewhere. Unfortunately, we don't get minimap indicators on the map about where the Sunstrike is being thrown. So all we know is that Invoker threw out a scouting Sunstrike, but the Radiant Scan, it's now scouted out this smoke coming out from Joy, as they should be able to dodge this gank. Immediately we're seeing a TP out from the Beastmaster. He's back in the fountain, and this smoke will not find anyone on the side of Accelerate. 2500 gold for the Wind Ranger now. Well, Enigma still has 30 seconds to go till he gets the Black Hole online. Blink's finished up on the Void, and Roshan has respawned, so maybe we see the Dire side picking it up for themselves this time around. Yeah, they're in the pit, and this movement has not been scouted out by a Radiant Observer. Well, Roshan will go down really quickly, given that the Aura strat is real. But they do need the Vengeful Spirit here to help them do this quicker. Zeus, he might have just scouted this out. In fact, Deadpool Bitches is here as well. Accelerate are converging. Joy did not commit enough to this Roshan, and now they're gonna have to pay the price by the looks of it. Sven, he pops the God Strength. He's going straight in. Oh, Roshan goes down. The Dire gets the Aegis. They will get the stun, but the Manta dodges it. BKB popped, but he doesn't give a damn. He's just panning away. The Chronosphere almost getting thrown down, but the Roar catches Jet in his tracks. He gets blown up with a finger and a hit from the Sven. Black Hole catches on to 2. Can they turn this around? No, they can't. The stun from the high ground from Lion cancels it out. The Sven with the stun on the Venge, but they're going for the higher priority target, which is the Drow Ranger. Sad disjoints the auto attack with his Blink Dagger. The Gust pushes back the Sven and the Beastmaster, but it's only gonna delay the inevitable, as Drow Ranger will go down fighting to the very bitter end. Joy have made a mess out of that one. They got the Roshan, they lost the Aegis and the Drow Ranger on top of it, and they didn't find a single kill on Accelerate, who just kited around that Drow Ranger beautifully. Big props to BM there for that Earth Spike from the high ground onto the Enigma in the river to cancel out that Black Hole while the Drow was respawning from the Aegis. And that really was the play of the game, and I feel like that's what's going to allow Azzy and Co to try and reach high ground yet again. We did see Drow Ranger dishing out a lot of damage, but if she can be controlled like we just saw with those Blink Daggers, it doesn't mean squat. I feel like the reaction was a little slow from Joy as well there. The Venge, I was kind of expecting a defensive swap to bail out the Drow Ranger, who was trapped in the Rosh Pit alone by herself, but unfortunately I didn't quite catch where the Venge was in that fight. But I don't think she died there either. Accelerate. They're grouping up again. They've got the Greaves on the Bounty Hunter to help heal up again. Invoker with the EMP Tornado thrown down as well. They're just trying to slow things down here. They do have the Chronosphere available, but the initiation comes out. Jet stunned up again. He'll be swapped defensively, this time kept alive, but not long enough. Again, BM finding the mark with the Finger of Death. He finds the kill, and now it's going to be the Drow Ranger on the run. It's double BKBs, 2 Super Saiyan heroes, one chasing the other, as the Drow is about to make it out with her life. But a defensive BKB is not the way they want to run this time around. Now he's coming back in for round 2, but as he's here as well, he blinks forward and chops him to bits with the Echo Saber and the God Strength QO. He uses himself and TPs out as another tier 3 tower will be going down. Enigma doing what he can to slow this down. The Invoker with another EMP Tornado completely off the mark with that Ice Wall, catching absolutely no one either. Not like this, Joy. Not like this at all. As the second set of Raxes are now down. Accelerate have blown 2 big holes inside the enemy base. The real estate damage is definitely visible in the Dire base, and Joy, I'm not sure if they have the tools needed to push out 2 waves of super creeps coming their way, or mega creeps rather, coming their way. You can sense the desperation now coming out from Joy, while Accelerate has it pretty straightforward for them. Heal up, regenerate, buy your new toys, and once again move out to finish the last lane of Raxes. Sven, he bought himself another Hyperstone with a Satanic, so he's still not prioritizing his armor. He could be going down here. Hugo, the Ghostwalk's gonna scout this out as he knows that he's in a bit of a pickle, but he does have that BKB. They're actually using the Sven as bait, and QO knows that something's up here. But there's a Necronomicon. Zedpool bitches playing that one perfectly. They'll get the vision on him and they'll blow him up as well. So the Hunter becomes the Hunted with the Invoker down for 68 seconds. Joy have put themselves in a bit of a rough spot once again, as he's got very little mana though. So maybe that's going to work against Accelerate here when they try to push. But these Necronomicons will be put to use. They'll be able to find the D-wards. And again, map control back in favor of Accelerate. 2 lanes of Raxus pushing in. Joy holding on for dear life, hoping that they can get a big combo off inside their base on their high ground. But Accelerate are just proving that initiation is the tool that is utilized better on the Radiant side. Well, BM continues to push out this top lane. The sole disciplined player here for Accelerate, pushing out the wave while his teammate goes about clearing up the map of all the observer wards here. But Joy's coming in. They want to try and make a play here. There's a blink forward. They do have the time walk if they want to jump further in, but the D-ward has already been taken place successfully. And Joy does not manage to find any stragglers. With Zeus blinking away and Deadpool bitch is blinking away as well. Another 3500 gold with Boots of Travels. This is a maxed out Beastmaster. All he's got really is the Iron Talon that he could replace with something, possibly the Refresher Orb or an Aghanim Scepter. But I don't think they're going to really rely on that at the moment, as we see them grouping up as 5, looking to deliver the finishing blow on Joy. Can Joy mount a massive comeback here? Remains to be seen, but if they do come back from this, it's going to be one of the best comebacks I've seen in Dota, because this is a 30,000 net worth and EXP deficit against Joy. Accelerate are spooked though. They know that this is the Hail Mary defense going to be coming out from Joy, so they'll be going all in and pulling out all the stops. So they've got to be careful, ensuring that they get initiation on point here with that Beastmaster. The waves from mid and bottom have been pushed in as well, so now is as good a time as any for Accelerate to try and push. Well, it looks like Sven's got plans of his own. He's passed the Enigma on the low ground and doesn't hesitate to pop his BKB for that. We'll get the kill. Immediate buyback coming out from the Enigma as well. But now you've got a Sven without the God Strength and without the BKB. So again, Accelerate's going to have to back away for a while and hit the reset button. We'll have to wait for 60 seconds. Oh, it turns out he was lagging, which is why he was down there in the first place. But yeah, that's okay, I guess. They did bait out the BKB from the Sven, so it buys them a little bit of extra time. While Accelerate waits for their cooldowns to reset. So as he's actually consumed a Moonshot, and he's also bought one more Moonshot over and above it, just some real hate being shown towards the Assault this game. I'm not entirely sure why. But yeah, 30 seconds, he'll have the God Strength again available and ready to go. 4 seconds till the BKB is back. And Joy are exactly where we left them last, just pushing out the middle and bottom lanes every now and then while holding on to dear life at top. Here we go, high ground has been breached. Enigma jumps forward, but Sven again jumping in. No God Strength needed, he says. He pops his BKB. 2 seconds to go till he gets it. He's being controlled up, but the Chronosphere catches the Draw Ranger as well. That's a complete facepalm moment from them. As he's trying to lifesteal, he's gonna get force-stuffed and thrown around. He gets taken down. The defense is real from Joy this time around. They brought down the Sven, 90 seconds without him. They brought down the BM and the Lion as well. All they've lost is the Enigma. It was a dieback on him, and they're still smelling blood in the water and looking for more. Tornado will fly. It's gonna just barely zoom past Sad, but the movement speed on QO will allow him to catch up. Ice Wall is there on top of the Yules, but man, that was a mistake. As Sad turns around and makes minced meat out of him. No windrun available for a while. The silence keeping him in check here. As Joy have mounted a defense here. Accelerate. We spoke about the Hail Mary coming out from Joy. Not the best choice from Sven to jump in and initiate without the God Strength, as he is throwing this one for his team. And how? He doesn't have a buyback either, but Thankfully for Accelerate, the waves have been pushed in from mid and bottom, so they can't push out just yet. The top lane will be given some momentum by this Drow, who's got herself another 5,000 gold in her bank account. So we're gonna see a possible butterfly pickup coming out for her. But at this point, I wouldn't be surprised to see the Aghanim Scepter to help deal with these waves that are pushing in. Or maybe even the Maelstrom into the Mjolnir. It's a bit late for that, I know, but when you've got 2 lanes of Mega Creeps and you've got no form of AoE damage or AoE physical damage to clear creep waves, desperate times do call for desperate measures. I do feel like the Ag Scepter would help her in that department. Courier is flying out to the shop though. Let's see what she chooses to buy. Alright, it's gonna be the butterfly, so... No, that's actually a Solar Crest finished up on the Venge, so Drow Ranger's still holding on to the money. Not sure quite yet what she's going for. She's moving towards the shop, so yeah, I think this is gonna be a butterfly pickup for her. Yeah, it will be the Eagle Song. Can't say I agree with this 100%, but it's still a tool that'll help them to fight stronger and harder on their high ground. No MKBs on the side of Accelerate, so if she does get the evasion online, it should give her a layer of survivability above, well, over that Sven. Roshan, he's back online, and QO wants to claim this Aegis for the Dire team. But BM is moving in as well to scout this out. They've got a Forge Spirit in the pit that has spotted this out. Lots of pings coming out from Accelerate. They're starting to group up towards the pit. And perhaps with the Aegis on their side this time around, they'll be able to successfully push high ground for the second time. Now he knows that they're not in the pit. But they also don't know where the rest of Joy is at the moment. So do they commit to this Roshan is the question. The answer is yes. And they're going to try and do it without the God Strength as well. It doesn't really matter because the Inner Beast Aura with the rest of the attack speed brought to him by the Moon Shards and the Echo Saber. Roshan will be going down quickly. But here comes Joy. They're trying to contest this. They'll jump into the pit. Azzy not going to get clipped by the tornado, but Raftar will get stunned up with the Beastmaster. Necronomican's doing some work as well. They'll swap him out. Jet! He actually jumped in and got sliced to bits there by Azzy Sven. He's popped the BKB. They'll get themselves a double kill on the Wind Ranger, as it looks like we'll see a double buyback as well. Both the Void and the Drow buying back. Azzy giving chase, hoping to get that Invoker, but Invoker is too damn fast with those Vex Orbs and the Yules and the BOT, so he will be able to get away for now. They'll need a Chronosphere to top it all off here from Joy if they want to make a comeback. While Beastmaster is attempting to breach high ground again. The tier 3 is taking some damage. The Sven is coming in as well. Wind Ranger with the Focus Fire. Void, let's keep our eyes on him as he will go in to try and disrupt this. They'll force stuff the Drow further in. Here comes the Tornado. It'll clip everyone, but they're up in the air while the Chronosphere was dropped. It was just the Beastmaster caught out there. As the Lion goes down, the Venge and the Enigma are still on the sidelines as he's being controlled up. Shackleshot flies, doesn't connect on anyone, and once again the Sven's about to lose his life. The Raxes still stand, and again Accelerate might have bungled that one up. While the Drow Ranger does lose her life, she's down for 108 seconds. The tier 3 has gone down, the tier 4s that may have dropped as well, and the Ancient is taking damage. Things are starting to get harder here for Joy, but they are mounting defense after defense. But with Drow Ranger down for 90 seconds, Sad is coming in to try and get the last lane of Raxus. Tornado will clip him, the Magic Missile won't. There's going to be an Ice Wall as well, but he'll pop his BKB. He's been swapped in once again. Remember, he does have the Focus Fire, and if he latches a Shackle Shot, we could see him turning the fight, but he's going to get forced after away. The Blink forward from the Invoker. They will get the kill on the Wind Ranger as well. She's down for another 96 seconds. And if there is a way to throw this, Accelerate are showing us how it's done. This game should have been long since over, but Joy are somehow hanging on by a thread. Let's see if they can actually go all the way from here. They've had 2 successful defenses now on this top Raxus, but they have lost 2 tier 4 towers and a tier 3. But multiple kills on the Sven. Accelerate making a very poor decision to not take Roshan there after winning a fight inside the Rosh Pit. Instead just barreling down despite seeing 2 buybacks on Joy. Some very, very questionable decision making coming out from them. And I have to say, it is the mark of an inexperienced team. But Accelerate, they'll respawn soon. Sven, he's back online in just a bit. We're seeing another Mexican standoff here inside the Rosh Pit. Neither side willing to give up that Aegis, but BM will jump forward. Oh, they've got QO. They've cancelled his TP. No, that's a dead Invoker. 87 seconds without him, but he does have the buyback, thankfully for him. But this should still mean a lost Roshan going in favor of Accelerate. They can contest though. They could always buy back on the Invoker, pop a smoke and move towards the pit. Killing the Wind Ranger twice might be a really tall order, assuming that Accelerate gives this Aegis to her, but she's got no slots, so she's not going to be able to hold on to it. As he does have a slot, he's consumed the... well, you can't consume more than one Moon Shard, so he's dropped it on the floor, and he's going to hold on to the Aegis in its stead. So they were looking to end this game early, but that didn't work out, so that Moon Shard is now just dead weight, being lugged around by his Lion. The propensity to throw is really high on the Radiant team, I have to say. Sad. He's moving forward, trying to push out this wave for his team as they start to converge on the middle lane. Raftar wants to try and find a pick off before the fight begins with his teammates, but there is an Aegis on the Sven, so he does have a license to go YOLO. As Azzy is thinking of jumping in for his teammates here. His moves are not being scouted out entirely. There's a Dire Observer board placed further behind here, but now they're in the base. And there we go. God Strength popped, but the stun's been juked. BKB popped as well. Q has taken a beating. The swap is there onto the Sven, but that's going to be in the Void. Gets left out to dry here. He gets stunned up and brought down. No buyback for him. No more Chronosphere available. Deafening Blast connects onto Azzy, but the Rax number 1 has gone down. BKB has been popped by Sai, but here comes the Black Hole. The Tornado, sorry, the Meteor will not do enough. It'll bring down the Bounty Hunter, but not the Wind Ranger, who's now gone to work on the Drow. Finger of Death expended onto the Enigma as well, who gets chopped down with the Beastmaster Axe. It's mega creeps now in favor of ACT. Buybacks are coming out from Joy, but they've got no buyback on the Void and none on the Drow, as the Ancient will drop to the creeps, forcing out the good game. Well played. A well fought victory here for Accelerate. Joy, it was really close for them to make a massive comeback, but unfortunately for them, Accelerate just proved to be too strong today, and Accelerate will progress through the brackets. I'm CloudX, you're watching the ESL India Premiership organized by Nordwind Gaming. I'll see you guys next time around, or rather in just a bit, because we've got one more game coming up. Stay tuned folks, I'll see you in just a short while.